something, you're gonna have to like homebrew it if you want it to be original. You know?
Welcome back to Into the Unknown with GM Jeremy, session 23. We're just talking about the new rules there a little bit. 2024. Actually, no. There is one thing that D&D Beyond's doing that I think is going to be interesting. I probably would not use it myself, but they're doing maps. They're working on a 3D map system, their own virtual tabletop.
I've looked at it a little bit.
I'm still more partial to Fantasy Grounds because they've got all the stuff that everybody else is trying to do already.
Yeah.
But anyway, take it away, GM.
Hey, this is session 23.
23.
Hey,
Yep.
I got it right. And we're basically in the second book of the trio of books here for the Into the Unknown. This is the Zombie Chronicles. We'll probably spend a lot of time here in the City of the Dead here. About a little bit of back and forth and such. Because, as you'll see, it is quite expansive. Let's see. Man, I had an intro and I forgot where that was. Oh well. So recently you have explored a little bit the Temple of the Snake God and had found a encased vampire lord in his coffin, previously assaulted by soldiers of Tyr, and they were unable to destroy it fully, but were able to encase him in his coffin before the last one fell. We have found a diary from a dwarven rogue who has been searching for stones of power to finish the ritual that the soldiers of Tyr almost finished before they were finally beaten back and killed. Our adventurers finding this information and finding a tome of Tyr have returned to their hideout, the farmhouse on the hill with the windmill, and decided to take a long rest. Ashura, being the lazy bones that she is going to take the longest to sleep. So she pleads with her party for a long rest.
I wouldn't say it's pleading. Okay. She asked very nicely.
Kellum would quickly agree. If anybody's against it, Kellum and Ashura both agreeing that we need a long rest should probably put them to at ease.
Well, that and what healing we need doing is probably be better that way and all that. Besides, it's always good to be prepared for things to go sideways.
Exactly. We just got out of one spot. We rest up before we get into who knows what we're gonna run into.
So, Banthor says he'll take the first watch. He still has plenty of spells, so he's good and ready to go if he needs to lay on heavy. The three of y'all can go ahead and start your rest, and we'll start the morning fresh and early.
Okay.
All right.
and he'll wake you up, or we all get up at your own pace and such. So that way, y'all can take your long rest of 4 hours. Oscar will take a cumulative 8, and then Banthor, can go to sleep when the two of y'all wake up and such. So.
Mm-hmm. Good thing about elves. You only really need 2 of them. One takes the first 4, the other takes the second 4. Boom, 8. You're done.
Yep. Everybody should be elves in this party. Everybody just change your race.
I mean, I would have. It just didn't work with my character concept.
No fey creature for you. You must be a half fey. Must be an elf.
Sorry, I have to be the oddball out. But no one knows yet. That's the best part of it.
You just need a little bit longer meditative state because of your connection to
Yep.
your magic. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Your soul sister. All right. So you spend your long rest. So go ahead and do that if you haven't already. Nothing goes bump in the night per se, and you wake fresh in the morning. So, dadgummit, that's the thing I was supposed to do. Okay. You do get a message over the evening before you go on your long rest. My apologies. From Sarabella, just saying that all is well, and using the correct coding, saying that all is well. Finishing and ending it in whatever code that y'all have set up, basically. And saying that the union with the dryad and the tree has created a nursery of eggs. 2 of them have formed or hatched, or I don't know. They've shown up, basically. So that's the short and sweet of it. All is well, and there's a nursery with eggs. You can send a return message if you'd like, up to 25 words. Or basically a conveyance of ideas and such.
Probably keep an eye on things. Make sure Jade doesn't go crazy or leave the tree. And just let us know if anything happens that we need to get back.
All right. If there's nothing from anybody else, we'll pretty much just send that message back and such. Okay. Basically, nothing to report here. Keep doing what you're doing. Watch out for Jade. Gotcha.
I'm sure she stays dressed if she goes out.
Watch out for the rain. Take your coat. All that. Gotcha. Did you memorize that? Umbrella spell. That's what we need to do is come up with quirky little cantrips. So what with the three of you, since Banthor is I don't know, second laid up? No, I don't know. What do y'all three want to do? Do you want to go back into the crypt, or scout out the city or the farmlands, or what do y'all want to do?
Well,
Go back home with your stuff.
yeah, not taking that stuff back just yet. Anyways, actually, might not be a bad idea to scout out on the surface for a little while. And just
Mhm.
give us
Also-
a more clear area.
Excuse me, I had forgotten. Also, with the notebook, mainly because Banthor wasn't here, that's why I had forgotten about it. There are notes about the city that y'all could spend some time on. Basically, if the three of y'all went off and did things, he could do some research and such. Are there any particulars that you would like him to do research on?
How about looking? There are no. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kel.
I was going to say market area, because maybe there's some good magical items there.
Yeah, I
Or-
think we could. That was my thought. We could go to
Yeah.
the market area. I was thinking Banthor could look through the book for specific spots he may have marked that he searched for a stone of power.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that way, and he could, get back with us and say, "Hey, go check this spot. Go check this spot." Just kind of double checking behind him, the dwarf. Also, Asha is going to take the 10 minutes to cast her spell. Yeah.
Okay.
Roll her d20s.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting a 1. And, alright, not 12. 1 and 12.
Okay.
Looks like 2 misses are coming.
I can't say I'm too comfortable with us venturing further into the city, though, with this crypt still behind us, not fully cleared. And we have information that says that this powerful vampire is encased in its coffin, but we did not confirm that. If we go into the city and night falls and this vampire is not encased and it's coming out, then we could end up being surprised by it instead of being at least as prepared as we can be by making sure it is actually encased and trapped.
True.
The time we spent down there, we haven't seen it move. We felt its presence, you could say, but we haven't encountered it itself. And I'm not certain whether we're ready to confront it.
Well, if we're not ready to confront it in crypt, we're not ready to confront it in the city. If it were to come out, I understand what you're saying, that we didn't counter it, therefore it's probably is trapped, but feel much more comfortable if we confirmed that. If it is trapped, it's trapped. Wonderful. And if it's not, well, then at least we know that we're ready to turn on our heels and run instead of being caught in the middle of the city.
True.
Um,
we stop
Also-
from. Oop, go ahead.
Yeah. Also, do you remember what else might be there?
The treasury
Okay.
behind it.
Gotcha. All right. Okay.
Yeah, other that layer is like there's treasure down there.
Like, we know there's the problem with that is that we also know that there's things guarding that treasury that we also can't really get past at the moment.
The constructs I deal critical damage to the constructs now, flat out.
That's true.
Caleb's sitting there rubbing the new gloves he's got on. It's just like I mean, if the vampire truly trapped, I don't think the other things will really give us any trouble. As he flexes his fingers inside the gloves, kind of, you know.
Try.
I mean, do we want to head back down in there? Like, I'm not against it if we do. Or do we want to, you know? Because we could find something helpful within the city. You know, if we encounter the vampire, whether down in there or outside, we'll just have to act accordingly.
I just feel that if we're encountering him in the catacombs, we at least are more prepared that, yes, this is an actual possibility in the catacombs. Whereas, unless we know for sure that it is trapped or not trapped, we're not truly prepared for that if it were to happen in the city.
True, but I feel
And
like
we'll
at
have-
least in. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
I feel if catacombs is more of its turf, if it is not sealed, we're kind of playing on its turf. While if we're in the city, we have more chances to duck and cover.
Not necessarily. The city's going to be full of the undead. We'll be dealing with, if, again, this is all speculation because we don't know. Sure. If the vampire is coming out and roaming the city, then the catacombs and the city is its own turf, no matter what. In the catacombs, we got a couple of constructs we can take care of and then confirm or just run. We get out and we run away from the city altogether if the vampire's not still trapped. If we're in the city and it's not trapped and it is roaming the city at night, then we're dealing with it and untold numbers of undead.
Sure. So is this more of a thing that we want to travel during the day and stay in at night? That also could be an option for us.
That is a possibility, yes.
You can try.
I mean, again, I'm okay either way. If we want to go back down there, that's fine. Or if we want to get to exploring the rest of the...
Then I
My thought
suppose
is
we have.
just like, we could take the time and search for what we need. That way, when we go back down there, we're ready, whether it's confirmed or not, we're ready to kind of, settle it.
I suppose we have two options then. Explore the city only during the day and retreat to here at night and hope that we can fortify it well enough from any possible incursions. Or go into the catacombs and confirm that the vampire is indeed trapped, and then that gives us more freedom to explore the city at will.
Alright. Well, I'll
Cool.
defer to the two of you because y'all are the hunters, the warriors. I'm just the support.
Well,
As
see what we'll try
Right.
and investigate if you want. Besides, if we can take out one or both of the constructs, because I think we ran into some small information. There's supposed to be two
There's two. There's two of them. The statues. I believe you snuck up to one of them, and once you got close enough, then it reacted.
Mm-hmm. So we might be able to take one or both of them out. If we can, cool. If we can't, we'll know.
I vote for the option that gives us a secure backside when we venture into the city.
All right.
Option B, exploring the catacombs again. My vote.
That sounds like all right. The two of you, and I will go with majority. So we'll go back to the catacombs.
That's definitely military training right there. You know, you need to know what's
keep your
around
six
you.
covered.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you need to know what's. That's information you need to know. We need to know.
All right. Maybe luck will be on our side this time, and we can at least take care of the constructs, like Necro was saying.
Yes, my hope is that the vampire is truly trapped, and we can eliminate the constructs. That way, there is no chance of them coming out at all during the night or the day and surprising us from the back.
Right. All right then.
Are there? Did y'all want to talk about any other points of interest of research, or y'all want to think on that while you're battling and then just get back to it, or
I
what?
thought Ashura did mention something for research for Banthor.
Yeah,
Right.
points where the stones might be. Yeah, okay.
Points where the stones might be the marketplace, since that's going to be the first place we go to after this, then, and then any other points of interest. So
The major
places-
points of interest.
yeah, major points that he would have went to the dwarf.
Right. Yeah, of course. These are all going to be coming from his perspective, anyhow. So.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
anything he might have seemed important or even
I'll
suspicious of.
Go ahead.
I'll suggest, guys, that perhaps when we get done in the catacombs, when we begin to explore the city, that we, unless there's a mention of something being there that the dwarf did not retrieve, we explore areas that the dwarf did not explore.
Oh, we're definitely that too. Like, we're going to try to hit the points he didn't get to, or maybe
Yeah.
even overlooked.
Overlooked, didn't explore, because any places he explored already, the
Right.
extra devices needed to cleanse that last altar are probably not there because he's already looked for it there.
Likely. And
Most likely.
Yes.
I did mention, that he was a dwarven rogue and such. So he does make mention of, he, combing through areas and stuff like that. So
Right.
knowing where he looked is probably going to be a good, a helpful tool for, kind of like what y'all are saying, to say, oh, okay, he's gone here, and we can go over here and look at that and stuff. Or
Right.
he's gone here and this is cool. Wow. Okay. So,
Yeah, it's like, as a rogue, he would have hit the market area. He would have hit the
Yeah.
shops. He would have.
and you do see that he does have a lot of mention just by, just bringing that up, the marketplace and points of interest where the stones are. He did cover the market area a lot and such.
Right.
So
we can look outside of those areas. Like, we can still go through.
well, once you get the information, then you can make your decisions on that and stuff, because you may want to check out some of those points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he may have left some stuff behind because he was focused on trying to find what is it, a stone? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was looking for one in particular.
The last one that we needed.
Right.
Yeah,
the finish the stone.
His focus would have been that, so I think that should be our first focus after the catacombs. So look at any places he didn't look, but also go back and look at places he did look, because maybe there's other general items that we could use. But as long as we're trying to look for that stone, look where he hasn't looked yet.
Right. Yeah. He could have left clues for other people, roguish things,
Right?
Yeah.
Thieves can't and stuff. He might have left little messages outside of the book. So yeah, that's good. But catacombs, we're heading back down.
Yep. Let's do this. Kellum
Let's see.
sheds a little bit more gear this time.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still carrying his backpack. He's still going to have a couple torches with him. He's going to leave behind some of the extra rations that he has. So he's got plenty of room in his backpack to carry loot out, but also he's lighter on his feet to handle these constructs.
Right.
He'll actually leave behind his drum and bagpipes as well.
Oh my, okay. He's serious.
Yes.
Yeah, Ashra will take her backpack normal. She'll keep her normal gear. Carry anything extra we might need, so the others can stay light.
Yeah. Yeah, I think ditching my backpack might not be a bad idea.
Alright. Looks like we're ready. Let's do this.
Alrighty. Let me pull that back up.
If anything, we have a guaranteed miss from one of the constructs. Just tell you.
I do, as much as I'm like that, my character is good at what he's doing and everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get in there. I'm going to need that.
We're so gonna need that, yes.
Alrighty. So Necra does the Necra's thing, and do you cast your lights, or are you going to wait for that? You don't really need your lights, but there is the lichen and mushrooms that are growing on the upper part.
Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cast them. But
Okay.
I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to bring them all together and borrow the pixie lantern again, putting the cloth
Alright.
over it so that they're covered, but also ready to be used as distractions later.
Alright.
Hey.
Oh, did I select them all? Yeah, there we go. All right.
Alrighty. Necra, you like before, you hear the dripping of water coming off the stalactites and making a melodic melody. But being here before and shrugging off the effects of this, you seem to be immune to this effect. You do hear it, and it kind of calls to you, and you hear the snakes in the background, but it quickly fades away, and it no longer affects you. Do you wish to continue moving further into the corridor there?
Yeah.
Astra, are you going to try to keep an eye on him, or her, excuse me, and let her go down, or you're going to try to keep an eye on him?
Gonna try to keep an eye on them, but let them go a little bit ahead.
Gotcha. Right. So you some 20 feet back, Necra starts to make her way down into that main chamber and such. What is let's see, Necra, your passive is stupid 18. All right. Okay. As you start to go around the bend, Necra, you hear the crunching of bones and flesh.
All right.
So I'm gonna back you up just a little bit, so you're there, and
Ah.
y'all got. Give me 1 second. That's not.
Oh, it's being behave. Yeah. Right, so
You look around the corner, and 3 ghouls are munching on something.
the one I can see has 3/4 cover, right?
No, he's not like behind anything. So you're talking about like this guy right there.
Yeah, there's like not much of them I can see though.
I got you. Yeah, you're just looking around the corner, and you can notice that they're there and such. It's still not fully natural for you to think I'm invisible. You still have that, okay, what's around the corner kind of thing, and you
Yeah.
can see that, and stuff, and you can see the shadows and movement of 2 other creatures as they're fighting over this food.
Mm-hmm. So kind of lean sideways-ish, like towards Kellum's. Like, all right, we have 3 targets just around the bend, and then turning back, pull the radiant arrow.
Yeah, we're gonna take out one with a quickness.
Well, and say, still quietly, like, and when you're ready, let's start the dance.
All right.
So
Tell him
what?
we'll-
Go ahead.
No, it sounds like you need to do a narration first.
Oh yeah, no. I was basically just gonna ask, Necra, if you were going to fire the arrow, or of course, when your companions are ready, or were you shooting first and then having them come in, or having them come in and then shoot? I just want to, know your intentions.
This area is dark, right? Or is there lichen?
There is lichen in there, and such, but where he, they don't currently see him.
Okay.
Well,
So if there's a
Her,
spot,
excuse me, they don't currently see her. My apologies.
if there's like a dark corner she can post up in, and then just like give us, the signal that she's ready, we can kind of move, like draw their attention, basically.
Yeah. So you can, if you get over there, you can be in, still in, the shadows and darkness, and they won't be able to see you there. You could get your surprise attack, an attack with advantage. If you fire first, before they're, before they know that you're there, because they're concentrated on eating their food and such. So, so you could fire arrows, and then Kellum and stuff could charge in and so forth. So, well, I didn't know. So did you? I'm just kind of screwing this up.
Because I'll just tell you, Asheron will prepare a sacred flame to throw towards one of them.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
Kind of waiting for them to signal that they're prepared. Otherwise, just
Shoot and fire. Go ahead.
Kellen's going to have his swords out and kind of get into a position ready to run and nod to Necra. And as Necra releases the first arrow, Kellen's going to follow behind it.
Okay.
As you move into position, Necra, you see the 3 ghouls munching on what looks to be a half of a cow. How they've gotten it down here, you don't know exactly. You don't see any blood.
It's like, where did these animals keep coming from?
Right. You don't see any blood spatter that comes through this corridor, so they must have come from some other direction. You pull and ready your arrow, look back at your companions, seeing that they are ready for combat. Ashura with spell in hand and Kellum with sword. You fire... Betsy. They are ghouls, yes, okay. You fire your arrow. Roll the hit with advantage.
Let's see if the
Okay.
streak continues.
And fish, because...
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to take the 24.
24 is a hit. Go ahead and roll your stupid amount of damage. You probably, let's see, so you're getting sneak attack and, yeah, I mean, you could roll the damage. I'm pretty sure that it's quite enough to take out this ghoul in one shot, but...
Okay.
Being that it's going to be radiant damage.
Yep.
Oof.
Okay. I have the answer.
What's the answer?
42.
42. Oh, right. Got you. That's awesome.
Oh, and when you're done with that, I have another attack that I get because...
Oh, you're right. First round.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. A whistle arrow streaks from Necra's bow, striking the ghoul in its back, and it explodes in a flash of radiant energy. The ghouls screech and rear back as their companion dies in an instant. Most of his body decayed by radiant energy. Kill him.
one-turned
You
him.
come rushing in. Yes, you definitely did. As the Four Winds does its deed yet again. One turning every time it's used. Maybe we're not critting, but we're one turning. So.
Yeah, one shot kill.
One shot kill. Kill him. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have just enough space movement to get to this guy here if you're running forward. Okay.
Yep.
Kill him. You run forward, noticing that the 2 other ghouls have shrieked back in horror as they see their companion disintegrate before them. You have advantage on your attack.
What about Necra's second attack for first round?
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies. Go for it.
So, the one that he's not... Okay, so that's a 21 to hit. So the other end of the line, if you...
Gotcha. The one Kellum's not going for directly. Got it.
And then because this is special... Okay, so...
Oh, okay.
17.
So you 17? Okay. All right.
Yeah, sneak attack does not apply.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I got you. Correct. It was just to the first one. Then. Well, you could have not done it the first one and then done it on this one. So, but you needed that. You wanted that 21 points of damage, so you can get that 42. All right. Kill him. You rush forward and swing your sword.
Yes. Sorry, handling a spam person real quick there.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, so I will target that one that's right in front of me. I will swing my sword to begin with here. Sword. Oh my goodness.
You have a surprise. You have surprise.
So
Okay, so I do have
You
advantage.
had advantage. Excuse me.
12.
I should say you had 12. Meets it, beats it.
All right.
You
Yes.
just got it. You stumble on a rock and go, oh, nope, 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 and you correct yourself at the last moment, stabbing the ghoul in the back for 5 points of slashing damage.
5 points of slashing. And then with my bonus action, the lights will fly free and surround and begin antagonizing the other one.
Okay.
Super advantage for the Sacred Flame.
Excuse me.
So, Ashra forward and blast?
Yep. Ashra forward, Sacred Flame. She's going to twin it so she can hit both of them.
Okay.
So that's going to be a Dex 15 save for both of them.
One moment. I have lost my tab. There it is. Okay, that's there. All right. There we go. That's why I wasn't doing it. Oh, all right. 5?
Nope.
No,
That doesn't
No?
beat a 15.
doesn't beat a 15. Okay, all right. I was trying. So what's the damage on that?
Alright, did you do it for both of them?
Yeah, collectively.
Alright, roll, that's going to be... I can't read my own thing. 6.
8 damage.
8 for 1.
8. Okay. 8 radiant damage. Is that what it is?
Right. 8 for 1, and...
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Ooh.
And, yeah, that for the other.
Okay.
Oh,
Is
6,
there...
20.
Because it's two separate attacks.
Okay, I gotcha. Right. Okay. 8 radiant damage strikes the one in the back, because that's the one you said you were going to start with. And 20 radiant damage strikes the one in the front, in front of Kellum.
Right. 16 and 20.
Right. Oh, yeah. Right. And both of the enemies fall to the ground, dead with radiant energy. You've finished the combat in one turn. You surprised your enemies.
You one-turned him.
And assassinated them, basically. Yep. Yeah. I'm just gonna say it that way. Yeah. So.
Wait, what was that sound bite?
Yes, that's...
Yep.
Actually, one we're more familiar with in another campaign.
You one-turned them.
Yes.
Alrighty, so there were 3 of those? Okay.
Yep.
Right.
And let's see, recover arrows if we can.
Yes. Not a problem. You come in and see that they have pulled in a half of this cow from the cavern passageway here to your south from your position.
Dinky holder drag that through.
Yes, they drug it down, and you'll see when you go in, Kellum, that above you is dripping blood and gore, and you can kind of see that there's some cow still stuck up there in the passageway and such. So this may be something that they utilize. They stuff food things in here, and every once in a while come and munch and such. So.
And this, to the best of my knowledge here, with this hole, like if I went up through this hole, I'd be relatively close to the actual entrance that we use for the catacombs. This is not in the city or something, is it?
Well, no. You would assume that this is going to be somewhere near, your base. There is this entrance that comes to this. Where exactly? But it's not let's see, hold on. Yeah, you would suspect it's about 50 feet or so away from where the catacomb entrance is, if you went straight up, but you don't know exactly if it goes straight up and so forth, but
Yeah. All right.
So there is some kind of entrance that they're, using to come here.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not it pops up at the surface or what have you is another, issue. So.
Okay. We'll have to investigate that maybe on the way out, because that could be. There's no way for them to get in here, and then come out that close to base. Even the main entrance to the catacomb is really close to the base. If they were able to get a bunch of other ghouls in here via that other entrance, and then just overwhelm us from the catacomb entrance.
Right.
So we may want to investigate that once we're done deeper down there.
Right. Looking up to there, it's just like a hole in the ground going up, right?
Correct. Right. Yeah. So you're in a small, 15 by 15 little room down here. Oh, well, that's right. You don't. And in that room is a hole up in the ceiling that goes up somewhere. It's just big enough for a person to kind of squeeze through and such. And
so
shoved in this hole. Currently shoved in the hole, though, is a half of a cow carcass.
All right, and so the cow carcass is blocking the rest of the hole.
Yeah, but so I don't know if you're looking at the video from Necra there. There is the small passageway that leads from that small room to this larger room there and such. So that's a choke point, basically.
If you wish,
I could
allow mold earth might be a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I can mold earth and block it, any of these parts off.
Yeah, because the way, correct me if I'm wrong, GM, but the way I'm understanding right now is like, because half the cow is still stuck in that hole, we don't know if it's technically going straight up. If it's going straight up, it's no big deal. It's just next to the church or the temple, wherever it was. But if it's not going straight up, like if it's angled at some point on the way up to the surface, it could be much closer to the city and therefore allow them a secret passageway to get in here and then overwhelm us later.
Right,
So
because you don't know where this, tunnel comes from at all and stuff. Without investigating it further, you don't know where it goes to.
So yeah, assure it mold earth to get rid of that hole, or if we want to look at it later, I'm good with either option.
Yeah. So I'll close it with the mold earth for now, and we can come back and investigate it later. We can have both options.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So give me a second. Molders. All right. So you've made a, does it do rock or dirt or what when it says mold earth?
Either or. You can use it's a rock, dirt. It's any part of the earth, basically.
Okay.
Stone.
And are you just filling it the hole with dirt and rock, or is it becoming part of the structure
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, I can mold it into that structure and
Okay.
seal it off.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So you seal it off with rock and dirt and such, making it impassable, not just boulders and stuff that could be cleared away. All right. You got it.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah. Okay. That'll shut them up.
Exactly. It's what we want.
Right. There isn't anything else of note here outside of just having this information now, and now you've closed up this side of the hole, and at your leisure you'll go from there. Maybe you'll ask Vanthor to take some kind of animal form or something and scuttlebutt up that way.
Right.
Necra seems to be headed up the stairwell, going to the blood chamber. Yeah.
Well, we've got a target, and
It's true. Let's not be too hasty now.
well,
as,
yeah, I'm
as you
looking at the on the way in, but it's like,
as you enter into this part of the crypt, the lichen are starting to diminish. When you get to this room, there's no longer any lichen in that room at all. You come into the room as before. There's a destroyed altar with a snake head and also the face of this demonic vampiric creature. There's a door directly to your east, and then there's the door to the south. You've Banthor unlocked the door the last time y'all were here, and you also have taken the wedges and locks off of this door as well.
mm-hmm. So short route.
Yeah, we can go the short route. Just cut through.
Mm.
Careful to look up at anything that might drop down once again.
Oh yes. The face huggers are down the hall and around the corner.
Yeah, the facehuggers are up in that other natural chamber and such.
And since I didn't unlock this door, I'm gonna check it to make sure there's no surprises.
Gotcha. All right. Go ahead. Give me a perception
I
or
will
a investigation.
give you guidance if you need it.
Alrighty. With your probably near 20 or so perception roll, you could see that this has been magically warded by the priest of Tyr, and it basically will not allow any kind of undead creature to pass through this.
Okay, I'll open the door and wave my hand through, see what response I get.
Your hand stops. No.
Yeah.
Wrong character. You didn't get to use that one.
No.
You wave your hand, and but you don't get any kind of response or anything like that, or anything happening.
All right. And step through.
Okay.
All right.
Taking the y'all going to take the door to the north then? Yeah. Okay. You peer down the corridor, which is only slightly lit with lichen. So it is, it's dark and such. But at the end of the corridor, you notice the animated armor from before is standing at the ready.
The lichens on the wall.
Or they're on the ceiling and
The
upper
ceiling.
wall.
Ceiling
So-
on the wall.
Yeah, so there's up there is dim light. So down on the ground, because that's like 15 feet. Down on the ground, it is dark and not. I wouldn't even say dim light. So.
My question is, I could just probably like mold earth and just push like the lichen, like make it sink into the into the wall or the ceiling. Right?
Gotcha. Right.
One or two.
Yeah.
And
If I like, so like that's just an option. If we need to make more darkness for necrophiles.
If we really need to, sure. Otherwise, don't need to. Yeah, that's a cantrip,
Well,
right?
you notice that it is a cantrip, but
Yeah.
you remember from before that these animated armor still.
They
Yeah.
have a blind sense. So,
Yeah. So
yeah, I was just saying like that's an option if we need it for other than these things.
Gotcha.
So I poked my head around the corner, saw that, and was like, guys, something's getting the constructs back in their feet.
I don't. It's not us. You had to get closer before they were active.
Ah?
So something else has triggered them. Something else is in their range.
Well, suit of one of these animated armors that we destroyed is now standing there, so...
That's one of. That's not the constructs. That's one of the ones we already destroyed.
But what he's saying is it's standing.
Right. So someone's
It-
reanimated it.
That's what he's saying.
Okay. So someone's got it back up. Right. So looks like we have to put it down again.
And find out what's bringing them back and stop it. I'm going to send the lights down this way, put them into the form of a humanoid,
Okay.
and just put them on like a little patrol. No. Without watching them, I'm just going to, knowing what that corridor is supposed to be like, I'm going to have them patrol that corridor a bit. Let them walk so many feet, and then have them come back. Go again. And see if they attract anything.
Necra, watching from the other side, will see the light going back and forth, getting stronger and fading away. The animated armor stands still and doesn't move. It doesn't seem to be aware of them or doesn't seem to be attracted by them.
Alright.
Is there a way could we tell if if something reanimated it, or if these things are like on a cool down? Like if they go down, then they'll reanimate themselves. Like basically, did someone come and reanimate them, or is there like a permanent, like a spell that just gets them back up? Some type of magic.
So there's a possibility that there's something that, is reanimating them instead of, somebody coming and doing maintenance.
Okay.
So it could be a feature,
A feature.
instead of, a person.
Mhm. Oh, just remember, I do have my one use of identify, since it's a new day. If we want to identify something.
Well, let's take this armor down and identify it then, maybe. Or do you need to identify it while it's still in instructed form?
If we could find a way to restrain it. Otherwise, it's going to be hitting me while I'm trying to identify.
All right, Kellen starts pulling out his rope and fashioning a lasso.
All right.
All right.
You fashion a lasso that you've seen some of the centaurs, put together when they go off and do their hunting, and as well, as some of the other hunters. You're fairly sure you've got a good lasso formed and ready to go.
Okay.
You're going to. What is your intention when you lasso the animated armor?
Well, it's going to be like we'll get the lasso over the torso area, getting the arms to the torso, and then the rest of the rope will go around it, and some of it will go to the onto the legs. Actually, I have two ropes. I got the one that is in my normal pack that was with my regular pack, and then I got the one that one of the centaurs gave me. I never gave it back. So I actually got two. One rope is going to be focused on the torso. The other one's going to be focused on the legs. And I'm going to start by casting Unseen Servant. Since the lights are not triggering anything,
Right.
I don't think Unseen Servant will either.
Gotcha. Let me.
I'm just thinking.
Jeeves with the ropes. Okay.
I originally got Unseen Servant because I was going to mess with Ashura, but I have to give it away now because I have to use it here. Kellum has a little bit of he's looking at the ropes and he's looking at the lights and everything. He kind of has a slightly disappointed look on his face as he casts Unseen Servant, and now everybody knows he has it.
Oh man.
Well, actually, this spell creates an invisible, mindless, shapeless medium force that performs simple tasks.
Yes,
So-
but it requires a voice man to cast
It
it.
does, yeah, and a bit of string and wood and stuff. So
Yeah.
you do see him cast a spell real quick, and then hold up the rope and drop it, and then the rope kind of hangs there in midair.
So I'm going to use my light tokens to kind of lay out what I'm doing here.
Okay.
If that's
All
okay.
right. Yeah,
I'm going to have the
fine.
Unseen Servant.
It says, with a bonus action, you can mentally command the servant to move up to 15 feet and interact with an object.
So I'm guessing since we're not in combat yet, I kind of be flexible with that bonus action idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So So I'm going to have it lay out one piece of rope, put the lasso right here, kind of just let the lasso be open. Like,
Okay.
not necessarily that it's set, like somebody steps in, it's going to go tight. One of us will actually have to pull it to make it go tight, but we laid out there for
Understood.
that. And
Right.
then he'll take the second lasso, and it'll actually just, I'll grab another one, just to be sure. And it'll just go, I'll told Necro, hey, let me know if the construct actually reacts to it.
Gotcha.
But
As you know, you take the first one and drop it on the floor, and the construct doesn't. It looks at at what's going on, and then the rope falls, and you see it kind of tilt its head and stuff to look at the rope, and then the rope doesn't do anything, and it just kind of takes its head back up and stands, continues standing at attention. So it seemed to notice, that when you call the servant back, it doesn't seem to react to that. Because you have to call the servant back and then go get the second rope and so forth. So.
Yeah. All right. So the second rope, the servant will bring it in, holding all the rope up together, so it's like barely trying to make it like as little rope as possible, like all coiled up and everything. And I'll
So
make sure the servant goes up to the ceiling.
Gotcha. Right.
So yeah, you were saying something. Hand it to him. What?
So basically, you just coil it up and then give it to the servant. It's spaced on the ground within reach. So it does say that it's an unoccupied space on the ground within reach. So I'm thinking that this thing is a ground kind of what have you. Because it can perform tasks at what does it say? Simple task at your command. So I'm not certain if it could fly per se.
No, not. I would say if it could fly.
So the servant can perform simple tasks that a human servant could.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm thinking that it's the construct of it is based on an individual walking and doing a task.
So instead of ceiling, I will have it go to the back of the wall with the rope and keep the rope as flat against the wall as possible. So the armor's facing this way, right?
It is facing. Actually, it's facing down the hall currently.
Oh, well then I'll have the unseen servant come this way.
Okay.
And stay against the wall, kind of outside of its peripheral. And then when it gets close enough, throw the rope and pull it tight.
Okay. Okay. So it has to get real close because it has a strength of 2. So it can't, throw it at a range really, because it doesn't have much of a range. It has just enough strength really to unfurl it and such and do its task there.
Okay.
So it gets right at the.
Sorry, just real quick. It's leaving the end of the rope with Necra, because this rope is 50 foot long. So, and this is only like 20 foot, 20 or 30 foot rather. So they'll leave the end of the rope there, and so when it gets down here, it's going to have like 10 foot worth left, plus the loop, the lasso part itself. So, and that way it doesn't have to do the pulling, but Necra can see lasso's on, pull it tight to tighten the lasso.
That's fine with me. The construct at the last few feet here steps off the dais that it's standing on and moves, into the square here, turns and looks at the rope as it is being flung on it. I need you, Callum, to roll Arcana.
Okay.
It's a flat roll for you.
Yeah. I got a +0.
I'm not here giving him guidance.
Okay.
All right.
As you see him straining to concentrate and help the unseen servant, you give him guidance. Roll a d4.
So D4.
13 plus.
All right. With
16.
a 16, you're able to guide the unseen servant well enough to get the rope around right before the animated armor reaches up to grab the rope. Necra, give me a athletics.
All right.
Okay.
Could I move over close to her and give her guidance? Yeah,
No.
Astra just running back and forth.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not. The distance between the two is kind of great right now. No, actually, it wouldn't be because I guess they'd really be near
Could
each
I-
other.
Yeah, actually, probably would at that point.
Because you would be running the thing. Go ahead. What?
Could I petition for either survival or thieves' tools for that role?
Sure. Thieves' tools.
All right.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah.
It is a trap.
It's a trap.
And
Oh man.
Don't forget, we start each session now with inspiration.
that's
We're
just
just
true.
gonna go and get burnt because.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Never mind.
Dang!
No way.
Each of the DM. Yes. That is awesome. Nectar,
Hey,
as you. What?
Be glad it's on these and not actual attacks. Okay.
Uh-huh.
True.
Nectar, as you pull the rope taut, the animated armor grabs the rope and pulls you forward, pulling you to the ground. You are currently prone.
All right.
How quickly can Kellum react to that and jump in and help pull the rope?
Okay. You're basically using your bonus actions and such. So, sure. You can run forward. The rope is like on the ground. You had, some 10 odd feet left, you said.
At the other
You
end.
run forward and with athletics. With your +6 in athletics.
Athletics. Oh, come on. 11?
Okay. With an 11, you grab the rope, and before it's pulled all the way down the hallway, because the animated armor yanked it and such. You're unable to really wrestle him and such, or do any effect to him, but you're able to tighten the rope and get it taut and such. So you have him lassoed and such, but currently, you haven't pulled him to the ground or anything like that.
Right.
He will have disadvantage on attack rolls if you keep the line taut and such, or if you're able to go up and get him good and hogtied or anything like that. So.
Oh, yeah. Definitely going to hog time.
Yeah. That being said, I guess let's roll initiative.
All right.
All right. And this would qualify as.
Yeah. Basically, would be our first round of combat.
So.
I got 19.
19, nice.
21.
20.
Come on. I roll
Well,
an awesome initiative for the first time, and everybody still rolls above me.
Well, yeah, I rolled a 14. I nominally have a +4, and then because of Gloomstalker, I get a +2 on top of that.
So, 21 Necro, you said?
Yeah,
It doesn't automatically put it in there for you?
no,
I'm just asking.
it didn't
Okay,
this time.
gotcha. And Astra, you got
20.
20?
Mhm.
At least
Just
I go
those-
before the construct.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
that's just a lucky roll with my plus.
And that is, let me tell you, the construct rolled an 18, so,
yeah, we're like real close. Anyway, so up and pull.
All right. Okay. Nectar, you spend half your movement to stand up, grab the rope, and give it a yank. Are you trying to keep it taut, or are you trying to pull the construct down?
Try to help pull it down.
Okay. Alrighty.
So
Let's see. With advantage, since Callum has the end of the rope, give me an athletics check.
let's see how badly this goes.
Yeah, advantage. It should go really good.
All right, 13 or 13.
Alrighty. The construct, not thinking on his feet, rolls a 1 and gets yanked 10 feet forward as the two of you give a heave-ho and yank it off of his feet. It is now prone, face forward on the ground. You have a bonus action and some movement.
All right. And so move forward, grab the manacles out, and do we have the wrists or the arms covered, or
Yes, you have the arms are at the elbow, restrained to its sides.
okay? So try to grab the ankles and use the manacles to hold them together.
Okay. How many pairs of manacles did y'all have?
I have one. I do not know if anyone else has any.
Yeah, I just have rope.
Just rope.
Let's see. You actually use your action to pull, so you wouldn't be able to put the manacles on.
Okay.
I
Would like to prep that at least.
Gotcha. You could, pull those out and then keep the rope tight and let somebody else use the manacles if they wanted, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I could do it. I'm going next.
Okay. All right. So Nectar, you keep the line taut so it can't escape. That's basically being part of your action as well. You run forward and basically put your foot on the construct and pull with your weight. Yeah, there you go. Take off that, and then reach in your satchel and pull out your manacles and such. Ashra, your turn.
Okay. Astra will move up to Necro, raise an eyebrow. Like, what are you doing with the? Never mind. We'll take the manacles and try to, hook them to the ankles.
Okay. It'll be acrobatic.
Acrobatic. I will attempt. Let's see.
And you You have advantage because Nectar's got it. It's prone on the ground, and Nectar's got its foot on it, and pulling it tight. The rope and such. So conditions will give you advantage for that. Let's see where-
And 18?
Okay. Did I roll? Yep. No, I did not. Well, what did you roll? 18?
18.
Alrighty. The construct rolls a 10 on his athletics check. You're able to get the shackles on its ankles as your action. You used your movement. Anything with your bonus?
No.
Okay.
I think, is that all my movement? Because I think once I get it shackled, if I have, I'm going to at least move 5 feet back in case it tries to kick out.
Gotcha. Yeah, you have that.
Okay.
You move 5 feet closer to the altar chamber and feel the peace and radiance and the destructive power of all the altars.
All right.
Kellum, your turn.
All right. I'm going to come forward.
Necker has the line pulled tight, holding the construct to the ground.
I will come forward. I'll have my unseen servant go grab the other rope and drag it back over to here to where I'll meet it at.
All right.
And then I will take the other rope and begin. Not that the shackles aren't enough, but better safe than sorry. And I'll begin wrapping up the rest of its legs.
You could start with the wrist and go from there.
Well, I was thinking I'd get the legs with like half of the other rope, and then the other half will come out and feed through it like a fisherman's knot, and then go through and grab the wrists into a hog tie.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. You use your bonus action to move your unseen servant. He grabs the rope and pulls it over towards you. With your action, you hog tie the animated armor. Give me a athletics roll with advantage.
Okay.
25.
All right. I rolled a 10, so it doesn't really matter. With quick efficiency, Kellum grabs the ankles and, like he's done this before, and he probably has, with the hunting group, and quickly hog ties the animated armor, and he's got quite a nice little bow of the back, as the ankles and wrists are pulled towards each other, pulled tight and knotted 3 times, just to make sure. The animated armor struggles, but is only able to wobble back and forth. You have fully restrained this piece of armor. It is not doing anything.
When Kellum is done, he will sit down on top of the armor and just enjoy the wobbling back and forth. It's like a wild pig trying to get away. It's like, meh.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Are we out of combat? Initiative.
Yeah, you're out of initiative.
Okay.
All right, Ashura.
Cool.
All yours.
Yet again, quickly subduing your
Hey, teamwork.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Once that's done, and you got something to say, Nicole?
Oh, this is why when I was running the Starfinder campaign, I threw what the level they had plus 10 at them, and they threw it like it was like Kleenex.
That's all right. I still got 2 big boys behind the door.
No, 1,000 to 1 odds, and they're taking them on like it's Tuesday.
Sorry.
No, it was beautiful.
All right, let's get this thing identified. Let's.
Yeah. Usher is gonna go up and place a hand on, the helmet of it and cast Identify.
Gotcha. Can you do identify as a ritual?
It can be ritual. I can't ritual cast it because
That's what I was
sorcerers,
asking.
yeah,
That's what I was
sorcerers
asking.
can't
Got it.
ritual cast.
All right. Okay, casting identification upon the animated armor. You see that this animated armor has been set here by the vampire lord as a part of his defense system. Part of this defense system is that at dawn, if the animated armor has been destroyed, it will reanimate and materialize or reanimate on the Dallas and such until the Dallas basically is destroyed and or deactivated by a dispel magic spell. It would have to be a powerful dispel magic spell. So, a low level mage couldn't do it. So,
Well, I mean, there's always the DC check.
what?
yeah, truly, yeah. I wouldn't say couldn't do it. I would just say yes. There would be a difficult DC check. That's all.
Right.
Ellen?
Are you is Ashura sharing this information like as soon as she's
Yeah.
getting it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Kellen will perk up and say, "What if we mold? Well, you, Shura, mold Earth so that there's no room for another armor to animate on top of the dais."
Could do that.
Would
Can I
Would
do
that
that?
stop it?
I mean, it did say if it's destroyed, it reanimates. So, what if I mold Earth, made a little burial? We buried it, not destroyed it, and then it can't reanimate. On the
No,
Dallas.
so we either dispel it or destroy the dais.
Right.
Kellen's going to look at the dais. How easy would it be to destroy with the gear that we have?
It's a magical item, and it is technically, because of what it is a construct. It is a fortification, basically.
He's not going to use his regular weapons, but he's going to pull out one of his hand axes and strike it.
Do you have the sledgehammer?
Just to see. No, I don't.
Okay,
I think it got remolded anyway. Didn't it
Oh,
get
yeah,
remolded?
that's right. Yeah.
Being
That's right.
remolded
Y'all left it.
for Banthor. Yeah.
I forgot. It's back in the village. Okay. Being set to fire. Okay. You take out your hand axe, and you're like, well, I've got two of them. And, how are you going? What are you going to do here? You're going to, crit.
Yeah.
Is that a crit?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
So, remind me of how critical damage works.
Basically, you get the crunchy plus the roll.
Crunchy. So
You get full damage
plus the roll.
plus
Alright,
the
so
roll.
that's 6. That's 9 plus
Right.
5. 14 damage, and then so lore and constructs and fortifications. I would have gotten the critical damage no matter what, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
So 14 damage.
Gotcha. Yeah. Without the crit, you got the critical damage. You stand there for a moment, concentrating on it. Look once more at your axe. Haul back and smash it with all your might. The Dallas breaks as well as your axe in a flash of brilliant light. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Oh.
Where'd my Constitution go? There it is. That's a 22.
Alrighty. You take 5 force damage as the Dallas explodes and sends you on your ass.
Okay.
And and also the axe is gone.
Still have the handle, right?
You have some of the handle.
Oh, okay.
That's all that's left. The rest of it is just.
You're like, oh, okay.
Splintered and curling a curl of
Yeah.
smoke, or
Right. Yeah, just as the magic energy is exploded, the axe took the brunt of it. Yeah.
Alright.
okay.
What happens to the armor?
Give me a Constitution saving throw, Kellen.
I did. Another
Another
one?
Another one, yes.
Okay. Trying to kill me.
No.
Yes, always.
Is that a crit?
Alright.
Yes, it is.
So, yes, it is. All right. So, if you were concentrating on your unseen servant, it's still. There.
Oh, that's.
Oh, no.
not
Unseen servant's not concentration. It's 1 hour.
Oh, the light.
The lights, yeah, they're concentration.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they're still there.
He's trying to find something. He's like,
I'm trying, but you rolled me these daggone crits.
So is the armor still moving?
yeah.
Oh
what's
no, the armor falls apart when this happens, and just you kind of rust a little bit, and it just becomes just pieces of thin metal and such, not really usable for anything. Haha. I mean,
Well, there's only one person in the party who could use full plate, anyways.
Yeah.
all right.
So I'm going to look at my now smoldering handle for my hand axe. I'm going to look at the dais. I'm going to look at my other weapons, my other hand axe. I'm like, I'll be right back, guys. You two, or gals, actually. There's no guys left in this, gals. Y'all hang out here. I'll be right back. And Kellen is going to sprint back to our base camp. I'm going to grab like 6 of the rusty short swords I got up there
Okay. All right.
and bring them back with me, because find the other daises, I'll use the rusty short swords on them. While I'm wielding them, they become magical weapons.
Right.
And I get the
Nice.
crits on these other daises.
Yeah.
You can. Let's see. Oh no, that's right. Never mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while he's doing that, we're gonna take back the rope and manacles from the armor.
Okay.
Yes, I'll need those back. My rope
Right.
when I get
So
back.
we'll bundle the ropes up. I'll hand Necra back her manacles, still wondering why do you have these? But wondering, but not saying it aloud. But the look is there.
Oh, dancing light is at will anyhow. Oh well. Who cares?
I mean,
Sorry.
it's a cantrip scene. So
Cantrip.
I'm trying to mess with the cantrip.
And while he's doing that, and the Dallas is destroyed, is there anything else I can glean from it, or be like the orm, but the Dallas itself?
Gotcha. Spending the 15 minutes it's going to take for Kellum to get there and back. He's an athletics man. It really won't take him long to sprint back and forth. Especially if he's laying on the on the horsepower. He probably goes up the rope ladder that y'all constructed just with his arms, not even using his legs and stuff, because that'll slow him down. So,
He's excited, man. This is cool.
I got to use the gloves, man. What was I gonna say? spending the 15 minutes studying the Dallas and the animated armor. This does give you some clues on how golems and things like that are made, or at least how these individuals made these. You don't think that you want to take these routes because it's, a lot of ripping souls from bodies and putting them in an animated arm, stuff like that. So, but at least it gives you some idea of some of that.
Some dark ways. So she'd be like kind of just notating the stuff as she's.
You're like, well, I'm not taking this route, but at least I have a glean of how it is made. Okay.
Right. She'll know like what to avoid and not do.
Yeah.
Or like know the signs of like, all right, this is dark magic was used here, ripping of souls.
You're going too far. Can't do that. All right. Kellum returns with a little sweat on his brow, but not much. He has 6 rusty short swords wrapped in some cloth he found, and
right. Give him back his rope.
Kellum Banthor was complaining a little bit about saying he was going to use that to cover a hole, but I got something to do. Sorry, I was going to use that. Okay, I'll find something else. He has the book in one hand and he's grabbing stuff in the other and kind of just stuffing stuff in the holes. He's really just reading the book,
Yeah.
and not really.
I'll take the cloth from one of the holes he's already stuffed.
Hey! And you see a rock fly past you.
Through my head as I'm still running. Sorry.
So Kellum comes back with a little bit of sweat on his brow and the swords in hand and bundle.
Okay. All right. Give him back his rope.
I'll pack the rope away.
For you. Yeah. And the shackles have gone back to Necra.
Yep. And so.
Right. And this armor, the Dallas is destroyed. There's nothing left there, just pieces.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, it broke in half mostly. With an explosion in the center. Basically.
Okay. Can I mold earth and just make it sink below the ground?
Sure.
So they can't like make it solid and then repower it.
Understood.
So
sure.
If you can, while you're molding earth and sinking it, separate the pieces as far apart as you can.
Right. Yeah. That too.
Okay.
Pull them apart and then.
Okay. You push the pieces, separately into the ground, some 10 feet away from where you're, standing. One to the left and one to the right, and the other little small pieces, further down and such. It would take a excavation team, many hours to dig these up and such, and then even it would be a task. So.
Right. Same with the armor. I mean, I know it's rusted and everything, but just in case they try to reanimate it without the Dallas.
Gotcha. Right. Taking the time to do that, Necra goes forward and checks out the room where the facehuggers were. This time taking more effort and looking up into the ceiling and such. Necra, could you give me a perception? 22. Okay. On the far end of the chamber here, you see a much larger facehugger creature than the ones that you fought. Wrapped around a stalactite, blending in with its environment. You almost didn't notice it, but it seems to be moving its head around as if almost sensing you, but not like looking at where you're at or anything. Like almost like, huh? Is something around? What?
All right.
If it wasn't for that movement and your high perception roll, you may not have perceived it. It rolled a 22, so you beat it kind of thing. So
There's a
All right. So.
that's the information you get when Ashura is taking care of the Dialis and the animated armor. And as your Kellum just starts to show up, you come back and report. The universe will not be moving forward for a few moments as the game master has to go use the bathroom. So if we want to take a small break,
yeah, we can do that.
and if y'all want to talk, y'all can. So I'll be back in a moment. Ready to go?
Ah, we are back.
Alrighty, righty. Okay. So Ashura, did you let's see, you can within 30 feet basically.
All right.
All right, yep. So you would have to, get down, right where you could see it and such. But you would be, like 30 feet away from it and such. So it would be such a, wouldn't be a perilous journey or anything like that. So,
Especially with Necra pointing it out to us.
Mm-hmm. And kind of want to look at the ceiling, see if there's one or two others before we get too.
But before bringing that one, trying to bring it down, we want to check to see if there's any others without alerting.
Sure. Necra, you move into the room. There's no lichen or anything in this room. It seems that they go around and probably get rid of it so that it doesn't give away their positioning and such. That being said, it worked for you. You're able to move freely in the room without being seen, by creatures that you night vision. You look around the ceiling. Go ahead and give me another perception roll with advantage as you're taking your time and such.
And I'll give you guidance before you walk off.
Okay. All right. So 26 plus.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just want to see how high you can get up there. That's all. And we got the 30 I was looking for. All righty. There we go.
Exactly. Teamwork.
Necker, you get a point of inspiration for your 30 perception roll, even though it was given to you with guidance. But you get your inspiration back. You walk into the room, looking and moving carefully. The whole time you can see this larger face hugger is moving his head back and forth as if it's trying to figure out, where you are or where the thing is that it can sense somewhat and such. So, it's using some sort of senses to know that you're there, but it doesn't know where there is. You can tell.
Yeah. Learning to hate Grix.
What's that?
Learning to hate Grix.
That being said, there are you don't see any other face huggers or anything else outside of the ordinary in this room. It seems like this is the only one, at least currently, that is here. You would assume that because it's much larger, that it's either the alpha or mama or something like that. Yeah.
All right.
So, like, how big is this one? Like, category size? Is it like medium?
It's a large creature.
Oh, it's large. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. I'm just like thinking. I'm having fun with Mold Earth. I'm like, I was thinking, like, what if I made a hole in the ground and then we dropped it into the?
I guess you're right.
But if it's large, that would take too long to make the deep enough hole without really getting its attention. So.
Alrighty. What do y'all want to do? There's this way, and then of course, there's the other door that is south of where Kellum is.
Yeah.
Do we want to take care of this thing? I mean, this is the mama. It could save us a lot of dealing with the smaller ones. We
Yeah.
think it's the mama.
Let's handle it. I'll stay up here and Eldritch blast at it. I ain't going down there.
Definitely staying back, and because if the small ones do what they do, I don't want that big one anywhere near my face.
Right?
I will do the if we get set up, I will do the mold earth to drop it from the ceiling if I can do that.
All right. Concentrating on the stalactite that the creature is on, you cause it to crack and fall, the stalactite off of the ceiling. Give me a second.
You know, I tell the other two that, you know, get like when you see it crash, go for it.
Mm-mm.
I've got Eldritch Blast ready to go.
Okay, so that doesn't have it. All right, I'm just gonna do it this way. So, doop.
And there is like what, half a ton of rock?
You see the as you break the stalactite off, the facehugger tries to hold on, but is holding on to both the top and the bottom of the stalactite. It is yanked down, and the stalactite hits the ground first, and then the facehugger smashes on the ground, rubble following on it as well. It makes a weird, awful noise as blood splatters, and it is wounded from the fall. Being that the stalactite landed first, it didn't damage it as much as you were hoping to.
That's fine. It damaged it some, and we got it down before it could try to drop down. So.
Correct. Necra, what are you doing?
Pull out one of the other arrows.
I know that was going to happen.
Ice.
Ice. Okay. All right.
Alright.
Ice,
Good.
baby.
Oh.
I'm gonna burn inspiration.
I'm going to burn the inspiration to this guy.
Oh, crud.
Oh.
Unfortunately, 9 is the good one.
With a 9, the arrow strikes a rock right in front of the facehugger and flies off into the hits the wall behind it, sending ice sickles and shards flying and slightly freezing that part of the wall. Yeah. You want to use this? This is basically your first round. Do you want to use that, your ambusher, or is that only a once a day kind of thing?
No. It's once per combat.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right. So
Every
you
time
can,
that.
all right. You can fire another arrow. An 11.
Oh. Wait, what's the lighting in here? Can
Basically,
dark. Yes,
It-
it is dark.
So wouldn't she have had an advantage on that first shot without burning the?
Yeah, I guess technically, and um, she was
So
aware that there was combat going on, or at least that there was a life-threatening situation, and that there were other individuals here. But she couldn't see Necra, so technically that attack is with advantage. So, did you want to use? Let's see. So the 9 is your first roll. The 8 is with advantage. Do you want to? And we're not. We'll just won't look at the 11, because that's long. Well, that's just a longbow anyhow. So, do you want to use your inspiration to fire your first shot? Or-
Yeah, I'll try to. Because this is. You know,
Oh my god!
I do not seem to have good luck with the ice arrow.
yeah, it is not your lucky arrow. We know the radiant one is your lucky.
Yeah.
Even the fire. But wow, yeah.
So second with
The
the
ice,
11.
the ice queen. You are not. All right. Okay. All right. Now, you can fire your second shot.
All right. Entirely go for it, or
It's still an advantage.
It's still with advantage. So.
okay. Yeah, I think I'll take that. And sneak attack, yes.
Yeah, with advantage. Alrighty. So 19 piercing damage. Okay.
Hmm. 17, but still, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Alrighty, and Kellum.
Yeah. I'm going
And
to.
Eldritch Blast.
First, I'm going to send my lights.
Okay.
Because I remember they had an effect on these things last time, distracted them, annoyed them, and everything. Because they're not,
Gotcha. All right.
they're nocturnal, right? Or
Correct.
something like that.
Or at least, well, they're, definitely dark dwelling creatures. Yes, underdark creatures.
All right, and then Eldritch Blast will let fly. That's a 24 for the first one.
You could roll a fish for a crit.
Oh, okay. I don't think. Yeah, another 24.
Yep.
And then here's
Alright.
the second bolt. So that first one did 6 force damage. Second
Got
bolt is 21. Is it still advantage on the second one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 21 with 6 force damage, and on that one, I will not Hydor's grasp. What's it? Repelling blast,
Oh,
Alrighty.
knocking it into the wall.
Okay. And it knocks him back 10 feet.
Yep.
10 feet. Yes.
Okay.
so that's 12 plus whatever.
It smashes into the wall. And you see a little bit of blood smash from it. And you notice that part of its skin got frozen a little bit as well. Because the wall right behind it got froze from the arrow.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Alrighty. I guess we'll roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
I got
okay,
a
so it redid
21.
It redid your initiative, then that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right.
You like hold on. I'm like, I got a 21.
Yeah. No, I got a 21. I'm not holding on to crap. I'm gonna hold on to that 21.
Total 13.
Same for Ashra. I'm doing okay. I'm just like right in the middle. It's like it's fine.
So would you get Ashra
15.
and Necra?
With the +2 from Dread Ambusher, 13.
13. Okay. All right, Kellum.
All right. I will continue with Eldritch Blast. However, I'm going to do the repelling blast on both bolts this time.
All right.
Oh,
And if I remember correctly, I could be remembering wrong, but if I remember correctly, the lights were enough to give us advantage on this because it's making it hard for this thing to see anything and avoid attacks.
Correct.
All right. We'll roll with advantage there. First bolt.
Is that a crit?
yes. Yes, it is.
All right.
Well, yes, it is.
I love that clip.
Yes, that is
It's-
fine.
Great.
Alright, so 10 plus.
10.
Do you have
plus?
agonizing? Or no.
No, I don't have agonizing yet, so that's gonna be 18 damage, and repelling it into the wall again. So if you want to do that damage, or if you want me to roll the second bolt.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the second.
All right.
That's already.
Advantage here. 19 to hit.
Okay.
Fish?
That was already rolling with the
No. Yeah, that's
thing,
already
'cause
with advantage.
Alright.
that's
But it is
10,
max damage.
10 damage with repelling blast. So he's hitting the wall. Twice or being
Again.
smashed against it. However you want to handle that, GM.
Gotcha.
18,
Alrighty.
28 plus. 40.
Nice.
You smack it against the wall twice with the force blast of your eldritch power. Green energy hits it and smacks it against the wall. On the second smack, you can hear bones break, and you see that his skull cracks open, and his brain is
Oozing?
there for all to see as it falls to the ground, twitching and slowly stops moving.
Oh, okay. I was going to do something gruesome with my bonus action, but I guess not.
You eldritch blast it, yeah. Yeah, smashing it against the wall was a big part of killing it as well. I rolled a d6 for every time you did that and got 6 points of damage every time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that was 18 points of damage that you did just by smashing it up against the wall.
12.
Well, no, he did it 3 times.
The first time also.
From the original, yeah.
And then a little bit of frost damage, like 1 point of frost damage, but yeah, it all adds and stuff. So
Yep.
The dice are on my side today.
what's that?
Yeah.
The dice are on my side today.
Yeah, you smash it up against the wall, blam, 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 and his skull cracks open and slumps to the ground.
So recover the arrow and.
Yep.
When you go to recover the arrow, you notice that there's an egg sack sitting there.
Okay. Like sitting on the ground?
Yeah, it seems to have, came out of the this large face hugger when it died.
I'm all for nature crap, but does somebody got a fire spell that just
So how's the fire?
After what? Fire?
Ooh, fire? I got your fire. What's up?
Alright, so grab the arrow, point down, and take the quick 2-step back.
Alright. Yep, and firebolt into its ash.
Okay. Yeah, you because it's a deck save, right?
What? No, firebolt is an attack roll.
Oh, okay, attack roll. Okay. It's a small, egg-like thing, on the ground and such. Not hard to hit. Yes. He slings a couple firebolts, and the first one splatters it, and the second one turns it to ash.
Nice. Yeah, we don't need any more of these things around. Ugh. Gives a shiver.
You hear a ding and see a menu when you pop up in front of you saying "Quest completed, killed." No, I'm just picking.
Look out, mother.
Alright, so
Wrong campaign. Sorry.
yeah.
Outside of the mama egg there that you've just destroyed, there is nothing of note here.
Okay.
Though the the hunter in you, Necra, notices that the beak of this animal is much larger than the other ones, and maybe could be useful for something. It is sharp.
Did you say harvest?
Alright.
Alright, looks like
Give me a survival.
I will give you guidance and the help because I have survival also.
Okay.
So
Advantage and D4.
Okay.
Okay, so
17.
D4 on the. Okay, so 18.
With an 18, you, with Ashra's help, you quickly sever the head and remove the beak from its face. It has two large beak-like pieces, an upper and a lower. These could be, fashioned into, some kind of greaves or, a gauntlet and or fighting fist of some sort, or could be fashioned into a small dagger, or even could be used for cleaning food, scaling fish, stuff like that. Necra takes her prize and moves up to the secret chamber door. Your people don't go with you. Okay, wait a second.
I'll get him.
All right, go for it.
I forgot about that secret door.
Move the rubble.
Right. And I can clear any rubble that's in our way. So,
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I just accidentally just messed with something earlier. Why is it way ass over here? Go away.
Down the hallway we go. That's the.
Taking your time, Kellen, with your armor, you maneuver down the hallway into the small bed chamber that Goldbeard had used. You see his barrels there that he used for writing his memoirs. and the stench of death is still lingering in the room.
Mm-hmm.
As you enter the room, Necra, you can hear movement from the other chamber, where the other sentinels are, animated armors.
All right. Okay. So it's what? Sometime heading towards noonish?
Yeah. Well, it's still early, and such. It didn't take you too long. You've already kind of gone through here. You had to wait, maybe half an hour for Kellum and Atra to do a few investigation and messages, back and forth, running back and forth. But it's not quite noon. How about that?
Okay. All right. So
You come around the corner and peek into the room. You notice the animated armor still on his dais, is looking down the corridor directly at you. It doesn't have its weapon at guard or anything, but you can see that it is looking at you.
and we've already established we're trying to get rid of these, so
Mm-hmm. That was one of the goals.
Kellum makes sure that the short swords he grabbed is easily reachable.
so move to where I actually have a proper shot and pull out one of the plus. I do believe I still have more than one of these. Oh, only one. Pull out the +1 arrow and fire.
Okay.
Kellum will hand you another +1 arrow.
Okay.
Actually, he'll hand you 3. 3 +1 arrows. Add that to your inventory.
Okay.
I didn't know I had 3. I thought I only had 1. Yeah, he'll hand you all 3 of the +1s he's got.
Right. And firing.
All right.
It's not a crit, but it is nice.
It is
Yes.
nice.
Yeah. You don't get advantage, but you can use careful aim, I guess, for advantage.
Studying.
I
Steady.
do not have that at this point.
Oh, okay.
What level rogue are you?
2.
You should have it. Did you turn on the option for it? It's the optional option, Tasha option.
Apparently I didn't, and it's a 3rd level feature.
Oh. Pretty sure steady aim was still the 2nd level. Unless they changed it already.
Well, it says 3rd, so
Alright. We won't worry about it right now.
alright, so
Uh, 8 piercing damage.
yeah.
Is that with the +1?
No, that isn't. So
Alright.
that's 9 piercing. And did I get the dread well, do I still get dread ambusher with this?
Yeah. Do you use it on the first or second attack or whatever?
First attack.
All right. Yeah.
Alright, so another dirty 20. And another +1 arrow, because 4. And fuck. And make the dread ambusher attack. No, that is the Dread Ambusher attack, so that's better.
Yeah. 8 plus 4.
4
12?
is
12.
Yep.
All right. The arrows strike deep into the armor. And it pulls out its spear and prepares for combat. Kellum, you're standing behind Nectra. You can see the animated armor.
Mhm.
It's basically, it is basically a surprise round. It is not surprised, but it is, like not attacking basically. So y'all get to attack, and then we'll roll initiative. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
There we go.
Do I see the dais?
Yes, it is standing on it.
Can I hit the dais?
You can.
right.
You. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right. If you rush forward, yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's yeah. It has to be
Rushing-
a melee attack. Is what I was.
Oh, yeah,
Go for
yeah,
it.
yeah. Rushing forward, I'll take one of the short swords, rusty short swords.
All right.
Let's switch over to that. Yeah, I got that up there. So they are considered magical weapons because of something I'm wearing.
gloves.
No, not the gloves.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's the last sentence on the gloves.
Yep.
So it's magical, and then attack, dais. I'll spend my inspiration. So 19 to hit.
Okay. 19. All right. Okay.
So
Roll
that
your
is-
damage.
Critical damage. So it's going to be 9 plus 4. 13 damage.
Already. With the swing of the short sword, you bring it down and hit the dais, cracking it in half. When an explosion hit, roll a Constitution saving throw.
And just
14.
in case it matters,
I'm listening.
when Kellum ran past, I, stuffed the bow back in the quiver and held up my arms like, I'm ready to catch.
I gotcha. All right.
14 on my Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty. Give me a second. Come back down. All right. You take 5 points of force damage as you're slung back into Nectar's arms. She holds you steady so that you don't fall on your feet. The animated armor instantly crumbles to the ground as the dais has been destroyed.
How is that short sword I used?
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, you take another point of basically thunder damage because of the
Reverb.
the reverberation. Yeah, the reverb. With the hand axe, it was a wooden thing that destroyed, but with this, it's basically one piece. Not exactly
Yeah,
one
gotcha.
piece, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so take another 1 point of thunder damage, and such.
I did. All right.
As your hand is like and such. That hurt. That being said, the other animated armor steps off the dais and comes forward
Now-
as Ashra. As Ashra, what are you doing? Oh, what are you?
Bonus.
what-
I still have.
okay.
Okay.
What's you? Oh, all right. What you
Do
doing?
I have enough movement left to get to the other dais?
No. By being thrown back into Neckar's arms and such, That's
Okay.
kind of, she's able to keep you from falling on the ground, but that's basically like the rest of your movement is like, recovering from the blast.
Okay. Then I'm guessing I'm not in range to hit the other construct either. Then.
No, well, it's
No.
coming forward, but it's not. Yeah, it's not part of your.
Okay.
It won't meet at your turn and such.
All right. Then.
Ashura, you see the other construct step off its Dallas and move towards Kellum and Necra.
Okay.
I will use
did you
my
want to do
second
anything
win.
else? Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. And was there anything else that you wanted to do with your bonus action? I'm sorry, I didn't want to take that away from you. My
No,
apologies.
that's my second win is bonus action.
Oh, is the bonus action. Got it. Right.
So I was going to try and do something else cool with it, but with all that, I'll do second win because I'm going to take more damage when I hit the other dice. I'm sure.
All right. So go ahead and heal it up now. And that comes back with a bonus with a short rest anyhow, eh?
Yeah.
Or is that a lot? Okay. Astra, you moved forward to get a look at the other animated armor as it stops its way forward.
Okay. And you said it has to be a melee hit on the Dallas to be affected, right?
Not particularly. Basically, it's Kellum has to do the damage that Kellum does. It has to be a melee strike.
Oh, so I can hit the Dallas then myself.
Correct.
All right. Then I am going to spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I want to twin it. I'm going to twin it,
All right.
and one's going to hit the Dallas, and one's going to hit the animated arm.
All right. Go for it.
All right, so we'll go Dallas first. Come on. 15 to hit the Dallas.
Okay, that's a hit.
It's
eight
8 force.
points.
That's
Force.
force damage.
All right. Thank you.
And then this to hit the animated. It's a 22.
That hits.
That's 5.
Okay.
And then for my action, I'm going to firebolt the Dallas.
Okay, because it's cantrip. Got it.
Yeah, I think it's cantrip.
Alright.
I can't use Sacred Flame because Sacred Flame doesn't work on objects. That is an 8. Still. That is a nat 1. I don't know how you do with objects, so. Wait, have I used my aspiration yet? I don't think I have. I'm gonna go ahead and use my aspiration. There we go. So, 24. Oh, it went silent. Is anybody there?
Yes.
I'm here. Did the GM get muted? Oh, something happened to the GM.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
crud.
All right, sorry about that. I had a hiccup, and I was hearing y'all, but y'all couldn't hear me, so whatever. 24 is a hit.
All right.
I was wondering. I was asking Necra, a question, and she wasn't answering, so I was like, and then that's when I figured out.
It
wow,
happens to the best of us.
17
Good
fire,
17
fire
damage.
All right.
Woo.
straight at this Dallas.
It strikes the Dallas and burns away some of the stone on top of it, breaking the enchantment, and the armor falls to the ground, lifeless.
Oh yeah, team.
You step forward into the room and see the casket there up on these stairs, and you can see that molten gold has been poured all over this and all on the sarcophagus, and is melted all the way onto the floor. There's not one spot that hasn't been covered in gold. There's a vibration, a movement almost inside the sarcophagus as you step forward onto the first steps. The vampire, sensing your presence close to it, turning in its grave, per se.
Wow.
I'll step back a little bit and kind of tug at Necra's shoulder to get her to step back a little bit too. I'm going to look over to Ashura.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Moldorth could do here? I mean, it's trapped in the gold. Can we bury it even further without messing with the current trap that's on there? Or the encasing?
So the way I read it is that you can't actually mold the stone, but you can move like loose dirt and stone and stuff like that, or cause, or excavate, dirt and such. So,
and fill it in and such.
yeah, you may be able to cause a cave in and bury this, and that's what we'll say you did with the other entrance. You caused a cave in.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to say that you molded the stone, but you just weakened it and weathered it enough that it caved in on that area over there, which is tantamount to basically molding it almost. It's going to be quite an ordeal to get through that.
Right.
That being said, you could do the same thing here. Spend some time on the ceiling and just have it collapse on the sarcophagus. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. If that's what y'all want to do, yeah, I can.
Okay. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, my only concern with doing that is, would it damage, because gold's pretty soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thing. If I could bury it, like push it down instead of caving stuff around it,
Yeah.
because that's my disturbing the gold that's molten around it, and we inadvertently release it.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe even if this thing was buried in dirt, would it keep the vampire in there, or is it literally because it's metal, it can't dig through metal? The gold.
Well, I mean, it's the gold is what's keeping it from being able to bust out of the sarcophagus. So if the metal gets pushed off because of the rock, then I think it wouldn't have a problem with busting through the coffin and digging its way out.
Yeah. So maybe we don't try and cave anything in on it. Maybe we just try and cave in the tunnels to it, but we let the rooms stay intact.
Right. See if I can do that.
Yes. Granted, stupid quip. Again. Where's a Rose of Ravenloft when you need one?
I still do have the spiritual weapon, so I could use that to like break holes and loosen more stuff. It lasts for a minute.
Trying to find. No, would you stop doing that? Sorry, going through my notes.
As well, the debate is happening.
So what are y'all talking about?
Sounds like collapse the tunnels to the room
Gotcha. Right.
instead of onto the sarcophagus.
Yeah, word that if we collapse onto it, it may break the gold molding, which is holding it.
Right.
Therefore, inadvertently freeing it. So instead of, just collapsing around it, just the room, just kind of barricading it, pretty much. Also, do the same thing with those Dallases. Break them apart and bury them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you take, another 15 minutes or so to bury these Dallases into the ground and the armor and such. Where they were broken, basically, is you can push them into the ground there. The armor pieces as well, such.
Now, in that room, and we don't go in it, but from from the steps, can we see anything other than the sarcophagus? Or anything else?
There's a door. There's a door to the east that you have not opened or meddled with. No, that's the door to the north. Over here is a door.
Door over there? It's hard to see that one because those statues are...
Yeah, that's why I'm moving them right now.
Well, the line of sight on the statues.
Oh, LOS. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. And so, I'm checking the door.
I give you quick guidance, just in case.
I knew that was coming.
Is the door locked?
I assumed you'd give me an investigation, and yes, the door is locked. As you approach the door, a hidden pressure plate is triggered, releasing a whispery voice echoing in your mind. Turn back, mortal, while you still can.
Okay.
With a 14 investigation, you, like I said, you can tell that the door is locked. And that you're pretty sure that it has at least one trap mechanism on it.
Okay, so thieves' tools just to disable traps, and then another to undo the lock.
Okay, traps first.
Guidance again?
All right.
Oh boy.
All right. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
This
12.
might hurt.
Let's see. Okay. A dart shoots out and sticks you.
And Kellum tackle Necra out of the way. Since he's standing right there, ready to.
Okay. Roll with advantage on your dexterity saving throw. Necra. Well, no, Necra. Yeah, just go ahead and. Yeah.
Well,
okay. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
that didn't.
Yeah, that's fine. At the last moment, Kellum pushes you out of the way as he sees you try to move, and the dart flings past you and hits the wall.
All right.
A green liquid it oozes out of the dart and spills out onto the floor.
Ooh.
All right. Try that again on the traps.
All right.
Guidance again.
Yeah. Nice. And minimum of dirty 20.
All right.
1.
With a 21, you hear a definite click, and you're pretty sure that you've disarmed the trap that guards this door.
All right.
Woo.
Go for the lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, have guidance.
Okay, well, just might as well. That's a dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, it takes a moment. This is a very clever lock, but it takes you a moment. But with a dirty 20, you're able to hold the lock picks in just the right manner and unlock the lock that holds this door.
Okay. And all right. Sidestep to where the side where
Right.
So I've got the handle. Look to kill him in like 3, 2, 1, and swing the door open.
Kellum has Eldritch Blasts in both hands, ready to go.
Right.
Ashura standing back some 20 feet and looking around the remains of the Dallas. Oh, well, that's right. The Dallas isn't there anymore. Looking down the hallway, the three of you see candles.
Like
Candles?
Candles. There's a hallway, and along the hallway, on the floor, are candles. These candles erupt into fire. Well, not erupt, but ignite. There we go. That's the word. And flicker. A eerie green light. They cast its glow into the hallway and into the room itself. These candles line the hall and all the way up into the room that is up a flight of stairs.
I'm kinda Necker, you gonna throw like a ball bearing down the hallway, like roll it near one of these candles?
That's a good idea. And
Yeah.
haven't actually gone in, just needed visibility. So,
I totally understand. I understand. Yeah, you're good.
well, maybe not a ball bearing, but
Something.
yeah.
What you gonna toss? A rock or?
I got a rusty sword or two here.
Okay, I was gonna say an unlit torch. Just
I mean, I could mold earth and just like keep pushing a rock down the hall with it.
oh, actually, yeah. Are there loose rocks on the ground?
There are some.
All right, grab one and bounce it.
Okay. As you throw the rock into the room, you notice that the candles near the doorway flicker. where the other candles are basically still. A dart shoots out where you might have been standing if you were walking through that room, and such. Not at the rock, but at where you would probably have been standing if you were walking in through the doorway.
All right.
So we saw where the dart came out.
Yeah, you look, Necra, and you can see little dart holes filling the walls on both sides.
Okay, here we go.
And
This might be stretching. Can I mold earth and clog the holes?
You need that area to have loose gravel. That's why I allowed you to use the areas where you destroyed the Dallas to bury the Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
But the rock there is formed. Let me look at that spell again just to see. Molder.
I mean, I will gather up rocks and dirt and throw it into the room, and then use it.
Well, actually, so it says that if it's dirt or stone you target on the ground, you can cause it to become difficult terrain. Also says you can cause shapes to appear in stone or dirt. So I could kind of see you going and smushing it, together,
Right.
pitching dough and stuff.
Yeah.
Because what it's saying, doing shapes and stuff, I could see you molding it, closed and such.
Right.
Alrighty. So with a long determination, you go. There's multiple holes throughout on the wall.
All right.
On both walls and such. So with much time and determination, you go through and ink, and such. This is an arduous task and such.
It's okay. She takes the time to do it. It's like when you're making a pie crust and you have to do the inching of the rest.
Give me a the person with the best perception. Give me a perception roll with advantage.
Okay, I got 8.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, it'll be the ranger.
Okay, was it with advantage?
Advantage, yeah.
So fish for that crit. Alright, 18.
Okay. Alright. This is a 5x10 corridor that turns sharply right and heads up a flight of stairs. You've taken care of the 5x10 corridor, and as you walk through Necra, you cause the candles to flicker and such. You hear as darts are shot towards you.
But they're hitting the inside of the wall.
But they hit the inside of the wall. One does, it seems that you've missed one of the dart holes. Give me a dexterity saving throw. With advantage. And a 20. Alright, never mind. Alright.
Never mind.
Another 25. Okay, yeah.
Is that a crit?
Yes, it is. So, do I catch the dart?
You can't. Yeah, okay, with a crit, yeah, I'll let you catch the dart. Not actually in your hand. You instinctively knowing that it may be, dangerous and stuff, you still use a piece of leather cloth or something kind of like a baseball cap catch, and such. You turn quickly and maybe just grab a piece of your armor and flex it out, and it grabs the arrow, the dart, without puncturing it or anything, discharging the liquid inside. So you have one of these darts with this green liquid in it.
Nice.
Green liquid dart.
And seeing that, Ashura will pinch to make sure that one's close too.
All right. Okay. Looking up these flight of stairs that go up 10 feet, you can see that there are candles along the ground here, and looking on the walls, you can see that there are arrow slits or darts, the holes for the darts. Good night.
All right.
I feel
Also,
like Indiana
Nectar,
Jones.
give me a perception roll just give me a perception roll. Sorry.
Guidance.
All right. You notice that on the first set of stairs there is a pressure plate.
All right, so try to disable.
Okay. This one is odd. You've never seen something quite like this. It is the pressure plate is wedged into the wall in a certain way, and it seems like a possible way is to remove the pressure plate itself. Give me a thieves' tools basically test real quick. This is to figure out. Damn it, man! Rolling these 19s, and you get a dirty 20. Okay. So your first thought was to maybe remove the pressure plate. But then upon further investigation, you see if you would have moved the pressure plate, it would have moved, it would have released the wall next to it and smashed you, most likely ending your life. Now that you know this, you can try to disarm it by wedging it instead of removing it. I was trying to kill a Necro, but dadgummit with these 20s.
Alright, so thieves' tools or just say
thieves, definitely thieves' tools. And you could take your time with it, giving yourself advantage.
And guidance.
And a dirty 20.
And a dirty 20. All right. You find enough wedges, in your thieves' pack to wedge this pressure plate. Hopefully you don't have to do anything like this, or you're going to have to ask Ashura to create you some more wedges.
I mean, I can do that too.
Alright, so keep looking.
Gotcha.
I will.
Distinct feeling we're going to basically collapse the tunnel to this too. So
Possibly. Ashura will do the pinch for all the dark holes.
Nectar, give me a perception roll with advantage. And guidance.
Yep, guidance.
All right. With the 21 perception roll, you go through Ashura and with Nectar's help, find all the holes and pinch them all up. You take a second look to make sure that you've got them all since the last time you missed one, and you're fairly certain that you've gotten them all this time.
And could I mold Earth to kind of just like kind of wedge the wall that was gonna like collapse if that pressure plate is sprung? Just kind of extra.
Okay.
You
Seeing what Necra was doing, and probably hearing Necra exclaim, once she figured out her mistake at first, you go around and you can kind of see the seam where this stone would have just moved from the left side of the hall to the right side, and just smushing anything in its path, that being Necra, and such. Yeah, basically I would have rolled 8d10.
8d10?
8d10.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, I was out to kill somebody.
Yeah, that would have definitely it took so at least me. I know what it took me out. Right?
Yes.
That would have been 35 points of damage.
Okay. I wouldn't have been like instantly killed, but yeah,
Right.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
pretty close, almost.
That was kind of a weak roll. I got some 2s and 1s in there.
Yeah, I was like,
So I
yeah,
did get some 8s. So, but
all right.
Oh, wait a second. What did I say? 8? No, that I missed 2.
Oh, of course. Well, go ahead. So
There we go. So another 10 points of damage. So that would have been 35 points. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
it still wouldn't have been insta dead, but yeah, closer even.
Well, it definitely zeroed you out.
Yeah, I would have definitely be dying and probably have broken limbs and root everything.
Alrighty.
Let's keep
So
moving.
we've got the traps around the periphery of the room dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
We still got it.
check the box, cause
All right, give me a second. I get a scripture. The treasure chest of the vampire lord, a treasure trove of dark riches, guarded by traps worthy of the undead. Behold the crest. The chest is surrounded by a halo of eerie, flickering candles, casting an worldly glow of green. The chest itself is adorned with carvings of serpents, skulls, and cryptic symbols, whispering of warnings to would-be thieves. Let's see. All right, cool. All right, cool. What would you like to do?
check for traps again.
Exactly.
Give it some guidance.
Don't even have to say it, but I'll say it anyway.
All right. So perception or thieves' tools?
Oh, you could use perception or investigation. If you use perception, you're looking. If you're investigation, you're kind of touchy and such.
Don't want to touch anything until I happen to be sure I'm not going to trigger it.
Gotcha. With a 13, you're sure that you had found a trap. There doesn't seem to be any locks on this. When the chest is opened, it seems like it has a multi-trapped device.
Alright. Try to disable.
Okay.
Good old guidance.
Alright.
That not good enough.
Did you already use your inspiration?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Alright.
Yep, I think we've all used our inspiration. So.
Yeah.
Alright. So, hey,
What happens?
do I trigger it?
Yes, you trigger it. A poisonous dart shoots out from one of the snake carvings, hitting you in the chest. The green liquid in it coursing through your veins. You suddenly become paralyzed, unable to move.
Okay. Damage?
So
No
is it
damage.
just
No
paralyzed?
You're just paralyzed.
Alright.
From down the hallway, you hear the vampire banging on the sarcophagus wall.
We need to check. We need to get whatever's in that chest and get out of here.
It's as if the vampire can tell or sense that somebody's been paralyzed.
Right, and it wants to bite, but it's stuck right now.
Yep. So,
It's
vampires, they need to either paralyze or grapple or incapacitate, or charm their victims and such to do their bite and such. So if the person's already paralyzed, all that they get an automatic attack and latch on and stuff like that. So
to frighten them.
So you this whole hallway was filled with paralyzing darts. And the chest has paralyzing dart in it and such. So all to, paralyze its victim so that the vampire lord can come and
just drink them down while they're helpless. Is there a check to see how long this paralyze will affect her? Something I can do?
Medicine? Medicine?
Okay. I can give it a try.
Where's Banthor?
Busy. He's nice.
Plugging holes with cloth.
With the guidance, the probably guidance is not going to help that 5.
You're unsure of how long it would last, because there wasn't a any kind of save to it. You're pretty sure that it's going to be a short acting.
All right.
Paralyzing, instantaneous and without save, but it's going to have a short, shelf life basically. So,
bats can move fast, so they don't need long. Are we sure that's the only does this chest? Does it look like it has multiple darts, or it's that's just the only one going?
You can see multiple heads of snakes. With their mouths open, all pointing, in different directions and such.
Okay.
I'll Eldritch Blast each head.
Okay. You Eldritch Blast one of the heads, and with the Force magic. It doesn't seem to affect the chest. It most likely is being protected by some sort of magic of its own.
Some type of magic.
I will use. Oh, go ahead.
Could I mold earth and basically clog the serpent's mouth? And I'm saying I'll have to go back and get rocks.
Yeah,
and then
right.
use
Yeah, basically.
mold earth
Yeah. Yeah, doing that you could. This is made of metal and wood. This chest. And while y'all are thinking about it and slinging Eldritch Blast, less than a minute later, Necra starts to move and falls back on her butt as she, gains, momentum and movement and such.
Right.
You go, Ashra, and collect pieces of gravel and dirt, going down, into, the dwarf's little area down there and such, and getting handfuls, coming back and shoving it into all the little holes. Actually, you here, Necra. Why don't you shove that in all the little holes? You get Necra to shove the dirt into the holes. She takes her time, making sure that she's not triggering any traps or anything like that. And then you almost simultaneously mold earth and clog up all the holes. You're pretty sure that you've gotten them all, and it shouldn't be an issue.
All right.
So
should be clear now, but just in case, another guidance on Necra.
Okay.
Go for it.
Well, so we've got the trap. There doesn't seem to be a lock.
Right.
I can do that on saves, right?
Guidance, no.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, resistance is for saves.
Okay, so using one of the scimitars, I'm not standing directly in front of it. I'm gonna and make sure none of us are standing in front of it. Actually, I'm gonna flip the lid up.
Yeah, just in case there's a gas or something, we should be back from it.
All right. Using your sword, you wedge it in and lift up the lid. What's your strength there, Necra? Okay, 13. All right, that's good. I just didn't want if it was like a dump step, then we would have an issue with it. But you lift up the lid and a swirling cloud of noxious blood-red mist erupts in the room. You automatically know that this mist is infused with vampiric's dark magic, capable of draining life force from any who inhale it. Give me a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Yeah. Also, if it makes any difference when damage gets done, I am resistant to necrotic, so.
Okay. All right. Actually, I should have made you do a dexterity saving throw with advantage. Is that better for you, anyhow?
It is.
All right, yeah.
So, dex instead?
Do dex instead. I'm sorry. And then, if that fails, then you'll need the con save. All right. With a 19 dexterity save, you jump back down the stairwell just as the mist explodes into the room. Kellum catching you before you fall and hurt yourself. You hear as other darts try to shoot into the room. But you've got all the holes clogged. After a few moments, the dust settles, the mist settles and dissipates. and leaves the treasure chest open for you to glean in.
Uh-huh. And
Alright. Careful look.
Roll a percentage.
Percentile dice?
okay.
Yes, percentile die. Necra.
Alright.
Nice.
54. Alrighty. There is a portrait of the vampire here, encrusted with platinum, silver, and gemstones of other sorts. There is no gold to be found in color or metal in this artwork at all. Looking at this piece of art, you would get good lord. All right. Wow. All right. Give me a second. It looks like it's worth over 1,000 gold pieces. If you were able to find a collector or somebody that would take it in. It has great value because of its craftsmanship and the frame itself. The frame is probably 750 gold, just in itself. But the frame and the picture, the artwork, it almost seems to move when you move it a little bit, so it's always kind of like looking at you and such. A very handsome elven creature, pale skin, long fangs, extended ears, and long silver hair. His fangs are quite extended as well, even for a vampire. Maybe something about this serpent, god, has some sort of influence. That being said, there's serpents all along the frame with gemstones in their eyes and such.
All right.
Also in here are 25. Okay. Okay. There are 3 arrows wrapped in cloth. You can tell that they're arrows just by looking at them through the cloth. Outside of that, you'll have to investigate them further. And a satchel of potions. There's 4 potions, and they all look the same. They basically, when you look at the vials, they all look empty, but you can tell that there's liquid inside of it.
Okay.
Okay. But how many arrows? 3?
There are 3 arrows.
3 arrows wrapped together in 4 potion vials?
Yeah, 4 potions. Like I said, all the potions look like they are of the same type. And you look in, you can't see anything, but you could feel that there's something sloshing around inside.
Okay. Well, we're taking everything, and we can investigate it when we're not surrounded by things trying to kill us. Or paralyze us, at least. Anything else in the chest?
And a amulet.
into it.
As a I forgot the name of the stone, but basically it has like a emerald kind of sheen to it. Not emerald, a seashell kind of shine to it.
Opal.
Yes, opal. As a large opal in the middle that is wrapped with silver cord and silver wrap.
Alright.
So we got the portrait, 3 arrows, 4 potions, and the amulet with an open stone.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
And that's it. That's in there. Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so collect the arrows if anything, if they're still in one piece. Collapse the tunnels and leave.
Just don't collapse tunnels to the altars. We still want to be able to get back to the altar.
Yeah, we only want to block the door leading to the vampire room. Yeah.
Collapse the tunnels to the vampire's room, but otherwise, yeah.
So,
without advantage or guidance, give me a perception saving, not a perception roll, please, Necra.
All right.
Thanks. Said that quick. Oh, God.
Man, these high perception rolls. You notice that there's a false bottom in the bottom of this.
All right.
After taking everything out, you're like, "Wait, is there a false bottom here?"
See, that's why I always say, "Is there anything?"
All right. So,
careful.
Ask for one of the rusty short swords, and then pop it and duck.
And I got it.
Using one of the rusty swords, you jam it down in between and pop open the false bottom. You hear a trio of darts shoot up and hit the ceiling, as you naturally assume that there might be something trapping this. You look down and see a silver shining robe. It has a clasp of a snake, basically where the two snake heads would bite each other and hold on to, securing the robe to you.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I certainly hope this isn't cursed.
Carefully take that out also, because we don't know what's every time something triggers. So.
Yeah. Who, me? A trap? No, I'm not. Trying to kill you or anything. And you carefully pull the robe out, examining it. It shimmers with an eerie glistening and such, almost as if it bends light around it. Yeah.
Most definitely, this thing is probably cursed. We're gonna take it anyway. So.
Nobody use it.
No one's gonna use it yet until we know what it does. But yeah.
All right.
Is there anything under the robe?
There's nothing else. No traps or anything else.
Are you sure?
Right, so
lift up the robe, and then there's a coin in there.
No, you're all good.
okay, so collect up check the +1 arrows, see if they're in one piece.
Let's see.
Recovering the +1 arrow.
Oh,
Gotcha. You give me a second. So both of the arrows are recoverable.
Okay.
You shot them into the animated armor. You can go back and collect those.
All right. And so,
Right. So we collect those things, make our way back through there, collapse around the vampire's room.
we'll collapse
The
the door here,
Yeah.
and then, as far as I know, yeah.
And I would say we should make our way back out. We've confirmed that the vamp is he's stuck. He can't get out, or he would have gotten out at us any point during that whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, he's stuck.
That's what, like
I'm satisfied.
2 to 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, after doing all the holes in the wall and taking your time, as much as possible with the situation. Yeah, you're creeping on 2 in the afternoon. So let's see, you're gonna collapse right here and right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Once we're on the other side of them, yes.
Yeah. You collapse the corridor there, and then make your way out over here, and then collapse the corridor where the stairs are here, sealing the vampire lord in his chamber, and hopefully keeping him there and keeping anyone from rescuing him.
Mm-hmm. I think we can. If we head
Alrighty.
back out to our farmhouse, and with Banthor, we can kind of try to suss out these items.
Gotcha.
Then we can decide from there. 'Cause I'm curious about the opal stone on the hand.
Alrighty. With the treasure that you found in the chest and the creatures that you killed, non-wardens get 1650.
1650. Alright. There we go.
Give me a second. Gotta figure out what the
Phantom Rogue, here I come.
and wardens get 1200.
Yeah, 1650.
Does that fit anybody close or over?
I need another 2,000.
Oh, okay.
Let me just go over here. And
Oh. Yeah, you need a good bit to go to, or did you just go to level 6? No, you've been Necro. You've been level 6.
no,
Just
just got
got
to level 6.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, put that XP on quick, didn't you?
Okay.
I know I only needed a little bit. Now I got it. So the both of y'all are able to level up.
Oh yeah, I am also at level 6.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're going to go to sorcerer.
Yep.
All right. And then Necro, what are you? Rogue.
Yep.
Yeah, 3/3. Okay. All right. So you both of you will need training, to do this. So level minus the proficiency of your teacher. So let's see. Ashra, you're going to level 6, and you are your own teacher.
Mhm.
So it's going to take you 3 days of training to level up.
All right.
And Necra, basically the same for you. Well, let's see. How's that going to work? Do you have a trainer? All right. It's going to take you 1 day of training to go up a level.
Gonna stay at 5 for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, don't technically level up. Sorry, Necra. It's like, damn it, man.
Not all that much of a change, so.
Well, you give that probably another D6 for the sneak. Today is the 25th of August. That would be, let's see, the 8th of September. Yeah, let's tentatively do that. Something, I don't know. Damn it, that's wrong, but I may or may. I remember my wife said something about that weekend, so.
Isn't that the weekend you're going to your birthday weekend Renaissance thing?
Yeah, so I've got to double check. I can't do that right now because I've got to actually run out the door and go do an errand. So.
Right. Yeah, no problem. We're done here.
Right. And then I'll meet the two of you on Thursday for our new campaign.
Yep.
So, yeah, we had. I stopped my other campaign, David. Oh, I guess you want to wrap it up real quick.
Yeah, let's go and wrap up the stream, and then we can talk off stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you. We'll be back on Saturday for Fallout, and then we'll kind of up in the air right now for the next D&D session. But we'll be here. Until then, thanks all for watching. See you next time.
Thank you.